the Mississippi Band of Choctaw Enterprises and its rising empire. In the beginning of the Mississippi Band of Choctaws, and before the illumination of resorts, and before the rise of industry, and before the emergence of a billion-dollar tribal economy, there was only the land, untamed Mississippi wilderness, a large dense pine forests, riverbanks wrapped in mist, and swamplands overlooked by the outside world. Forgotten terrain to everyone, except the Choctaw. Because to the Choctaw, this was never wasteland. This was inheritance. This was home. This was the breeding ground of some of the world's best athletes, businessmen and women, and future leaders of this future trillion-dollar conglomerate. For generations, the Mississippi Choctaws endured conditions designed to erase them completely. They lived in poverty, displacement, political neglect, and economic isolation. Yet, despite every prediction of disappearance, they remained rooted, resilient, and unmoved while the modern world accelerated around them, and the Choctaw people preserved something far more valuable than wealth. They preserved continuity and ingenuity. Vision. Chief Philip Martin recognized something extraordinary hidden within the reservation land, the potential for survival and for expansion. Not merely for existence, but for influence. He understood that sovereignty, when combined with enterprise, could alter the trajectory of the entire South. Slowly, the transformation began. Factories emerged from rural reservation roads, infrastructures expanded across Choctaw communities, economic partnerships developed, tourism flourished, employment multiplied, and opportunities circulated, and the Choctaw started becoming rich. The edge of the swamp became the center of a modern indigenous enterprise. But this story extends beyond commerce. This is a story of evolution. The Mississippi Choctaws did not simply participate in the economy. They built that bitch. They built a sovereign economic ecosystem capable of generating leadership, education, careers, innovation, and generational advancement. Today, Choctaws occupy spaces once considered unreachable. Executives, entrepreneurs, scholars, AI engineers, filmmakers, and actors. Also athletes, technology innovators, and highly educated Native Americans. The new generation is emerging, with the capacity to shape industries far beyond reservation boundaries. And a new leader is shaping up. That person doesn't know it yet, but they will be the greatest chief that the Choctaws have ever seen. Yes, you are out there. And you know what? You don't even know how great you're going to fucking be when your time comes. You're at home watching cartoons and eating kids' snacks right now, but in time, you are that one. Not abandoning culture, but carrying culture into the future for your people. Every Choctaw child born today inherits more than ancestry, more than citizenship. They inherit access to a living legacy constructed through sacrifice, discipline, vision, and perseverance. A billion-dollar foundation, that is the true meaning behind the phrase. The billion-dollar Choctaw. Not individual wealth alone, but collective elevation. A people transforming survival into expansion. And perhaps the most remarkable chapter has yet to be written, because somewhere within the Choctaw Nation at this very moment, another visionary is preparing to emerge and don't even know it yet. Another architect of enterprise, another innovator, and another builder of the future. The Choctaw will continue to rise and continue to bloom as time evolves. so does the mind, and the world is beginning to pay attention to the Choctaw that's not just the ancestors. That's the ancestors backed by the Creator. $1 billion Choctaw. Ekokiala.